Jordan Peterson is out. He's out from Twitter because he made a based and red-pilled statement, faced a whole bunch of backlash, and a guy who's been publicly debating the efficacy of Twitter for years at this point just decided to say deuces and fuck off. Well, what was this all over? He made, yes, a credible observation with his eyes over what the fuck happened with Sports Illustrated, okay, and their new swimsuit issue. It's just recently been released, and long and short of it is, every issue that's been published has been by proxy a double issue, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, we'll get familiar with the contents of it, unfortunately. Oh, and spoiler warning, and maybe just a little trigger warning. If you're eating anything, put it down, because you might lose your lunch. Controversial. He's not controversial. He's just, he's very good on some things, but his analysis on other things are rather incomplete. But on the balance of the evidence, yeah, I think he's an incredible mind, okay? Canadian psychologist Dr. Jordan Peterson has quit Twitter after coming under furious fire for saying that plus-size Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover model is not beautiful. Exactly. There's so much wrong with that stuff. Just go back and run back all of the different Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover models and realize that the words plus size or even average has no business being in that descriptor at all whatsoever. Peterson, 59, who has famous for his stances against political correctness and woke ideologies, that's a fair characterization, shared his views on the magazine's latest cover star, Yumi Nu. All right, nothing wrong with a little bit of Asian persuasion. Of course not. On Twitter on Monday, posted, yes, the image of the 36, again, swimsuit cover model, also plus size, and 36. More red flags than Tiananmen Square, okay? Writing, sorry, not beautiful. And no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. No, true. Okay, because we got a picture of this. We'll show it here. Within seconds of posting the tweet, Peterson, a clinical psychologist, author, and man with working eyes, former professor at University of Toronto, trying to imply that he get fired or something. He resigned, by the way. He was tenured. It's literally almost impossible to fucking get rid of somebody who's on tenure. Anyways, was met with a flurry of criticism from other users. Great, yeah, weirdos on Twitter made comments. Great, wonderful. Many of whom began to take aim at his own appearance. Again, he's a man. That's a picture from a little bit back in the cut, but it's not much different. He has a beard now. That's about it, okay? He's the perfectly acceptable man, but also if you take a look in totality, okay? What makes a man attractive as opposed to what makes a female attractive? Totally, completely fucking different. When it comes to being arousing, I don't know if you want to sit around and discuss the principles and underlying ideas behind saving your father from the belly of the whale. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe that could be an equal conversation had between Peterson and Nu, because if there's anything, or rather, if there's anyone around who would know about the contents of the belly of a whale, it might end up being the swimsuit cover model. Was met with a flurry of criticism from other users, many of whom began to take aim at his own appearance. This is fucking worthless. While others labeled him an ass and a freak. Cool, wonderful, constructive. And again, it's not like he's putting himself out there in the Lancet Quarterly Psychologist Swimsuit Edition. He's not objectifying himself on purpose, right? So again, attacking his physical appearance doesn't really compute unless, of course, you can't refute his opinion on the situation. You just have to resort to ad hominem attacks, which is exactly what you can do with somebody who is wanting to be the cover model. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to run this down, okay? Because here's the tweet, and here's the beginning of the swimsuit cover, okay? As you can see, yeah, that's the woman at the bottom, and because of the orientation that I have on the window capture software, which is, hey, I actually got it right this time, right there, it's squeezed a little bit, but it's not terribly far off by how round her head is. But again, this is all airbrushed and all that stuff, so in real life, it's probably a hell of a lot worse. Or if you're Amber Heard, literally everything's photoshopped, so this is the best they could do, theoretically. Anyways, sorry, not beautiful, and no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. But again, there you can see a perfectly average woman. It's like, she got nice hair, like, and then outside of that, it's like nothing's terribly wrong. Her nose is not, an abomination. Her lips aren't those big fat stupid duck lips, which I will never understand. They've never been hot, they aren't attractive, and they are the worst fucking cosmetic thing that you can do to your body. It's right up there with a botched Brazilian butt lift, but that's not something that this model needs, because like, even just right there, it's like, okay, she's fine. Okay, so far, so average, right? But then you get down to the rest of it, and that's your cover model. That's really that's gonna move numbers, right? You're 36, you got pancake titties and more cottage cheese than Dairyland Farms. It's Remember two pieces on swimsuit cover issues? Okay, that's all right. She's stunning and brave because she was literally quivering, which is, I think, quaking, shaking, rippling may be more appropriate to describe. Oh my God, I was just on the edge of my seat. She probably wasn't literally on the edge of the seat because, just knowing the dynamics of chairs, it would probably snap. But on the release of this cover, but I guess it's more realistic. But if you're going to put yourself out there like that to be sexualized, you have every right to face all of the criticism and interpretations that are out there. You are fine if you were to lose probably like 80 pounds. There wouldn't be anything remarkable about you. The only reason you're on the cover is because you're morbidly obese. There's probably the characterization, okay? She probably has like a 40-something BMI. And that's literally the best she can look because, that's not sexy. That's not sexy. Women with similar body shapes, you can see at any fucking Walmart. And they aren't in the pictures. They aren't in the contents of a swimsuit issue. Something that is supposed to be stimulating the male audience, okay? That's exactly what it's fucking aimed for. Remember when accomplishment, dedication, work ethic, discipline used to be valued instead of just beautiful at any age? You go, girl, love your curves. Oh, critics are just haters. Right. You're the cover of the swimsuit issue for 2022. You'll be lucky if you just continue on this trajectory to make it to see the cover of 2032. Going back to Peterson's tweets on this, in another tweet he added, it's a conscious progressive attempt to manipulate and retool the notion of beauty. Yeah, exactly. Reliant on the idiot philosophy that such references are learned and properly changed by those who know better. Yeah, no, exactly. That's just a succinct way of putting that there are beauty standards in the world. There always has been, and you can point back to specific little epochs in time where voluptuous women were appreciated and idolized, but then at the same time, you don't want to take a look at everything else surrounding that, okay? All of the other practices at the time, those are barbaric, but then the adoration and the pedestalization of women, that's acceptable? Okay, cool. However, after he continued to be bombarded with the what he described as vicious flood of insults, I could only imagine, Peterson called it quits, announcing that he was departing Twitter while branding the social media platform intrinsically and dangerously insane. He has been for a very, very, very long time. The endless flood of vicious insults is really not something that can be experienced anywhere else. Yeah, no, exactly. It's a hateful website, mostly run by bots, let's be fair. And then the people who actively use that have more victim narratives in their bio than Amber Heard could come up with in the witness box. It's amazing. Amazing. He continued, so I told my staff to change my password to keep me from temptation, and I am departing once again. If I have something to say, I'll write an article or make a video. I've got an issue is not important enough to justify that perhaps it would be the best. That it would just be best to let it go. Despite his insistence that he was departing Twitter, Peterson's account remains active. Yeah, probably just up for posterity's sake, okay? Continue to shower all of your criticism there, just keep it as a concentrated place. I'm not going to look at it, but if you want to say something bad about it, just go ahead and tag a random post. Fucking get all your anger out, stupid. Plan to write an article on the technical reasons that Twitter is maddening. Us all very soon. Bye for now. So yeah, if he's going to be writing an article as to the reasons why Twitter is garbage, that would be great. It would be a good read. He's been pondering this for at least like the second or third Joe Rogan appearance. And what would that have been? 2017, 2018, something like that. So yeah, this isn't exactly a spurn of the moment decision. Okay, so if he's going to be writing that, it'll be an excellent read, and hopefully he writes a post about how to be such a brilliant philosophical mind in the modern age, but yet has a child that can't manifest those ideologies and then still runs around like a 29-year-old thought. Anyways, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.